Cari amici sportivi, welcome again to another yet edition of Red Card Weekly. Here we talk all thing about soccer, Serie A, Champions League, a bit of European. And yes, we're not professionals, nor do we pretend to be. I am one of your hosts, Vince. Wait a minute, I got a little brain fart. Vince El Shaarawy, capocannoniere della Serie A. E la sola cosa che vuole fare è cantare Felicità Tavernese. To my right, we have Steve. Today, while I was eating a nice plate of cavatelli, the only thing I kind of think about was January signing Mario Balotelli, Polillo. And on my left, I have Francis. Wow, during the game today, how many times did I scream? But in the end, I did have some Napolitano ice cream. Cologgiano. How was that?
I have to admit, I was really nervous, but we'll go through the scores and we'll talk about it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So let's go through some scores today. Sorry guys, I'm a bit congested. I'm speaking nasally right now. So Saturday's game, Roma 4, Fiorentina 2, Atalanta 2, Parma 1. And then on to Sunday's game, Siena 1, Catania 3, Torino 2, Milan 4. Palermo 0, Juventus 1, Pescara 2, Genoa 0, Cagliari 0, Chievo 2, Inter 2, Napoli 1, and that's it. Tomorrow's games, guys, we got Sampdoria at home playing Udinese and Bologna hosting Lazio.
And guys, we'll start with the Saturday game, Roma and Fiorentina, two emerging teams this year, and Roma look good.
Yeah.
I think Zeman's team, this is Zeman's team, I think that's starting to show. Roma is more direct. He has three horses in midfield. Fiorentina could not keep up. Were you impressed by Roma this weekend? Or disappointed by Fiorentina?
I have to say that I was very impressed by Il Capitano, Francesco Totti.
Wow, really?
Ladies and gentlemen, for a man who's 30 plus,
It's 35, 36?
he looked not a day older than 24.
Guys, what do you think he's so successful like this season? The last few games he's been dominant. What do you think makes his success right now?
He's healthy. He's
Yeah.
healthy. He's not hurt. And you know what, Totti, even guys, remember in just before the Euro, Prandelli was joking around, like, calling guys like Del Piero and Totti, because at the end they were really playing fantastic. And if they're not hurt, and these guys seem to be playing very well, and he did take that game, 2 great goals, even though one goal was a bit of the mistake from Mirante. But looking at Roma and having played a great game like this, the only thing I could think about was, wow, De Rossi and Osvaldo on the bench, and they're still getting it done. Is this a sign of things to come? De Rossi, is he going to stay? I'm not sure. And when they did show him on the bench, he did not have the big happy face. I don't know. We never.
That's in Zeman's system. De Rossi, let's admit, those 3 guys, Bradley, Taxidas, and Florenzi, ran like dogs.
Yeah, they did.
Like dogs.
Definitely.
You think De Rossi, he runs a lot, but to do it on a weekly basis, at his age, it might be a bit harder, right?
Guys, I have to admit there, the Rossi has to start in this team if he's going to stay at Roma, or else it's just going to cause problem. Let's face it, guys, you could easily flip-flop one of those 3 guys for De Rossi and still have the same result. And Osvaldo has to start. Destro and Totti up front. Destro, he missed quite a bit
No,
of
he
chances.
missed at least 2-3
He
shots.
played
there.
well in the sense that I thought he linked up,
Yeah.
but you could see that a few times that a chance to finish, and Osvaldo would have taken those chances
Yeah,
at that point.
But Fiorentina still played well, and we were joking around. Me and Steve, it felt like we were watching an EPL game back and forth.
Oh, there was a lot of
games.
Guys, I thought Fiorentina looked a bit overwhelmed. I thought they couldn't keep up with the speed of Roma. I don't know.
Maybe they were just surprised how direct Roma was going to be with them this week because there was a lot of space on the field.
Mhm.
A lot of their players in the midfield, they were caught in basically 2v1s there with everybody.
Because Roma was going to transition real
And
fast.
guys, I think it's crazy. Pizarro makes a difference in that Fiorentina midfield. And you know what happened with his sister died in his country, so he wasn't be able to be there. Grande X missing from the game, and they made a difference. But they were still in the game. They came back. They scored some goals.
We gave credit to Montella
Yeah.
all season. What do you think about starting Luca Toni?
That's very bad. Very bad. And again,
El Amdawi
Yeah.
should be starting those games and bringing in El Tony for that, because Tony like around the 55th, 60th minute, you saw he was trying to do those runs and not show off up you, right?
Guys, he's 30 and he looks a day
He's
over the
35.
65.
Oh, yeah, he had a hard time. He doesn't have the wheels
He
anymore.
But
can't
he's been
generate-
playing. He's been playing better than anybody could have expected at the
Yeah,
beginning.
But
But
every time he came on this season, he's
Yeah,
done something.
He's done something. So we shall see. We shall
Just
see.
on Roma's side, also, besides Totti, that was great, let's give some credit to Bradley.
Yeah.
A fantastic game. Even
Oh,
Pjanic was fantastic.
Yeah.
Pjanic was very good.
I think Pjanic picked up his relationship with Zeman because it looks like he's one of his starting 11 now. It's a couple of weeks that he starts, and it's obvious why he has to start. And I think by starting Pjanic gives a little bit of creativity where Totti doesn't have so much of a role that he has to go back. Pjanic will attract some attention, and when Totti has the ball, he has a little bit more time to do what Totti does.
Anyways, good to have Roma back in the picture.
Yeah, indeed.
Now, let's talk about Inter against Napoli.
Wait a minute. Se la caga sotto, Francis.
I must admit that second half, guys, was dragging on and on. I didn't think we'd finish. I didn't think we'd hold on to the win, guys.
Guys, it's actually almost amazing that Placido still has legs, Melito still has legs, because the butchers of me, Palacio, whatever his name is, they still have legs because the butchers of Naples came out
Oh
today.
my God.
Napoli center backs, whoever played that didn't play, what, Gambarini, Britos, Cannavaro, Campagnaro didn't play, Aronica didn't play, but those five guys, what they have in common? They're criminals.
They're butchers.
Yeah, pretty much. Then again, it was a very, very physical game. Refereeing was not up to par on both ends. I know there was like a couple of handballs.
We'll talk about that.
on those ones there, but I don't think either team deserved to win. I really
Come on, Inter deserved to win.
Inter deserved to win.
Let me tell you
Inter deserved
something.
to win.
The first half, the way Inter played,
Yeah, the first half.
they didn't play into Napoli's game. They didn't want to let them counterattack. So it was perfect. We're in control, 2-0. This is in the bag. Second half, Inter lost all composure. Guys, honestly, when Maggio got tripped in the box,
Yeah.
I thought it was a penalty.
It looked, when we were watching the replays, and it was actually outside the box, but when we were watching the game here, that free kick outside the box, they cross it in, and I'm like, that's it, it's a goal, and who comes out to get the ball? Maggio. And where does Maggio put it? Directly on the goal.
Maggio's not Scaronia di minchia.
Yeah, if
It's not
Cavani
fair.
would have that ball, Francis...
Guys, but just to say, like, when they made that switch, when Napoli put Pandeva on the second half, I thought that was in the back for Inter. Napoli's going to get exposed at the back. It didn't happen.
No, at all. It's. I think we're expecting like Napoli to control a bit more in the second half. Inter did definitely play a much better half on the first one, but I think what it comes down to, who deserved to win, who deserves to win, Inter needed to win this one here just for the morale boosting it. It still opens up a bit more the Serie A title race.
I would like to add that whenever you watch Naples play and Hamsik plays deep, Naples
But,
has no offensive.
Yeah, he was
offensive
playing like next to the defense.
But he was getting touches on the ball eventually.
He was getting touched on the ball.
He couldn't
but
get
not-
the ball in the first
Not
half.
in dangerous positions. And when he's dangerous against the weaker teams, he's able to get
On
into,
the counter, yeah.
He's able to get into better position and score the goals that Naples need. Because if Cavani doesn't score like we saw today, no one else scores.
My only concern is I think today Inter showed how thin they are. Pereira and Gargano cannot make a clean pass.
Well,
Francis,
question for you.
can we just talk about
Wait,
Silvestre, please?
Yeah,
Before we
that
go-
was my other issue. You put Zanetti in midfield. You decide to put Cambiaso as a center back. Samuel was suspended. What does that tell Silvestre? Cambiaso
You're that
is
good.
34 years old. He has no more legs. He's great in midfield, but he has no more speed.
Stramaccioni is like, Silvestre, listen, you know what? No, I'm going to put Cambiaso back there.
Silvestre, tu fai il caffè. Cambiaso, tu giochi.
That's it.
Anyways, so
But we have a question for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could explain it to us. Palacio.
Palacio
What
was
is that?
in,
What is that rat tail over there?
I don't know. He always had that look.
Okay. You know what?
He's a hippie. That's it. He's a hippie. He's from Argentina.
So all Argentinians are hippies?
No, except Zanetti.
Okay, so
Zanetti is mister. He has class.
I'm just saying, if Berlusconi was his boss, Berlusconi would have cut that
Let's
out.
not waste breath on this. Next subject.
Anyways, next week Inter's playing Lazio, so another tough game. Probably a draw next week.
They're playing at all depending. I'm figuring if Bologna pulls an upset tomorrow and beats Lazio, we should be in for a very interesting game next
I just want to say, are you guys still making fun of Freddy Guarin?
Yeah.
No.
It's a few games now he's been
He's playing alright. He's playing
And
alright.
last week I told you he should have started the game. And what happened today?
He started.
Thanks.
In the front three.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyways, Inter a bit fortunate, but now Inter's in second place. 4 points behind Juve. Juve beat Palermo today 1-0. Won't spend too much time on this, except that Vucinic and Matri together does not work.
No, definitely
Well,
not.
Matri with anybody doesn't work.
That's another good point.
Let's just say that. It's Matri. He can't score
It's-
goals, he doesn't generate any
There's
chances.
so many
for anybody else.
chances, and you know what? It's not that Juventus didn't deserve to win today. It's just that you
was a
cannot,
great game.
you can't keep on missing all these chances because against Palermo, you know what? Yeah, you could probably do, but do that against an Inter, do that against a Milan, and not like these strong
Well, it
teams. They're
happened
gonna-
twice this year.
Yeah.
They started they didn't generate chances against Inter. They didn't generate chances against Milan.
Vedere che è successo.
Guys, Vidal gets hurt. You think it's a serious injury? I'm not sure. I didn't read up on. But if he's seriously hurt,
It's Pogba
Juve
time.
might have an issue.
It's Pogba time.
Pogba time, and you know what? If they have to, I think they're stacked enough that they can go get maybe one of their defensemen to try to like convert him into. But they have
everybody.
they have Conte.
Isla-
Conte's gonna be able to
They
figure
have
something out.
Isla who could come in.
Yeah,
They have
can do that.
Pogba.
No, I don't think it'll
No,
be an
you're not
issue.
worried?
No.
All right. Anyways, we're talking about emerging teams. We have to talk about Milan. Milan wins again 4-2. De Jong gets hurt. Does it
Out
play
for
into
the
the balance?
season.
Out for the season.
Out for the well, you know what? After the on MilanNews.it, Galliani was like, "Abbiamo già trovato il sostituto di De Jong," and he was like, "You know what? It's Montari." And let's be honest, Montari is going to be able to take that role. The only thing is that Montari for me is not as defensive as De Jong.
And a little reckless.
And a little reckless, but you know what? I don't think they're going to go out and buy. I doubt it.
Ambrosini, you think he could come and cover for
Ambrosini could come in. There's Flamini as well.
Flamini
That
was
means-
talking about possibly leaving in January.
I think Flamini's not going to leave now, and I think they're going to, maybe
My guess
wait
is-
until January with De Jong to come back. But again, this morning, you know what? Losing 1-0 Torino from a
That's
brain fart.
something I have to say. That is something that worries me a bit. Milan is coming into form, and even Josta del Juve this morning said that they're emerging very nicely, and they're coming together as a team. But going down all the time, and coming back, after a while, you're not going to be able to come back.
Yeah, Nocerino had a little brain fart this morning, did a back pass straight to the Torino player, but
To Santana.
after that, I was very happy for Pazzini. Pazzini played a great game, and everybody's like, "Oh, it was a penalty, it was a foul on Pazzini on his goal." I'm like, you know what? If you can't take a little body check, everybody was body checking Pazzini the whole game, and you know what? We didn't win 2-1, we won 4-2. We definitely deserve to win this game, and Forza Milan like everyone. And may I just say this? Since Silvio has been coming to Milanello every time there's a game, look what's happening.
But you know why Silvio's been coming to Milanello.
It doesn't matter why he's coming.
It's
Bill.
because Silvio vuole essere il presidente d'Italia.
All right, guys.
So that means we're buying in January, folks.
Yes, we are.
Let's go to talk. We'll talk about Champions League. The group stages are done, so Milan Juve qualified. Before that, I want to talk about two English teams that did not make it to the next round. Manchester City and Chelsea get knocked out of the group stages.
This is so nice. It's so nice.
Manchester
You think
City's
it's a
a
coincidence or
Europa
it's a
League.
sign of team?
I think, guys, remember we were discussing 5-6 episodes about the English game, how they cannot adapt defensively, different tactics, and I think, is this a sign that, Chelsea didn't play, Juventus is a great team, and Shakhtar is still a good team, but they didn't play like the top 4 teams in the world, and they didn't manage it. Chelsea's stacked, right? Manchester City, okay, yes, it was the group of death, and this is that, but not even to make the Europa League. Seriously, that's really embarrassing. And I don't know if it's going to play in their favor. They're going to concentrate more on the Premiership. I know we have the Derby. We're going to talk about that today. But is it signs to come? I don't know.
Let's face it, Arsenal, depending on the draw that they get, they've been shaky this year.
Yeah, Arsenal, I don't see.
Guys, but if you go to Man City and you go to Chelsea, those are the teams that spend the most this year.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So it's obvious that it's a proven fact. You cannot buy success.
No.
These are two teams that are stacked with players, and unfortunately, the person who's in charge of these stacked players on both sides is not adequate enough to make them continue on in the Champions League tactically, and can find a perfect solution to put all these heads on the field at the same time so that it works out for him both club and in Europe.
Definitely. But it should be an interesting draw there in the Champions
Talking
League.
about the draw, it's going to be Thursday.
No, the 20th.
The 20th?
Yeah, December 20th.
That's a bit far. That would be next week. We'd get a chance to talk
In a
about
couple of
it.
weeks.
Who would you like for Milan to catch? So, Milan can catch Barca, PSG, Dortmund, Bayern, Schalke, and United.
You know what? In 09, when we sold Kaká to Real Madrid, what happened? We drew Real Madrid in the quarterfinals. I have a weird feeling we're gonna get PSG. Out of the other teams, who I would prefer, you know what? Dortmund, Bayern Munich, very strong. Schalke, I think Schalke is probably the one team on there that's probably at the same level as Milan. But then again, you do want to have a good test to see what we're capable of doing. So we shall see. I'm just happy that Milan is there, and what all this revenue generating. We'll see what we can get in January.
You speak.
For me, guys, it's Champions League. I think all those teams are quality teams, and you can pick anybody, and it depends which Milan shows up.
But PSG would make a nice story, no?
PSG would be a
and they
nice
have a chance
story.
to beat PSG.
No, for
Yeah,
sure.
that would be a good matchup for them.
Yeah.
I would like the PSG, and I would like to have this fairy tale where we'll beat PSG. Stick it to them, but any team, for me, the Champions League, whichever team they draw is going to be exciting. And again, for me, it depends which Milan team shows up.
Exactly.
And for Juve, pretty much it's avoiding Madrid, right?
Yeah, pretty much. You
There's some weaker teams. There's Celtic, Valencia, Galatasaray.
Yeah, but I think they need to like avoid Real Madrid. And on a second note, I was reading up on we had Joe Moretta there commenting on Forza Juve, and in the Champions League you gotta go for them, the Italian teams. You know what? No, I don't believe in that. I'm gonna tell you why. Not just Juventus. In 05, when we were winning 3-0 against Liverpool in Istanbul, and then we lost. Do any of you Juventines Interiste, everybody? Oh, we feel bad for Milan. No, you're all laughing. So you know what? Screw all of you. Sforza Milan, and I hope Juventus gets knocked out of the
I think he means
borders.
it in the sense I cheer for the Italian teams to make it to the final. In the final,
No.
I do not want them to win.
No. Forza Milan, and that's it.
Anyways, there was a big derby this weekend. Manchester City against Manchester United. And you notice I said City before United. Because City apparently is the new team of Manchester.
Wow, really?
But yeah, you like it.
Yeah, very nice.
United showed them who's boss today.
It was we both watched the game. It was a back and forth game.
City started well.
City started. The
United
first 15
scored against
minutes.
the run of play.
Yeah, and you know what? Rooney's goal. I looked. It's like they just gave him too much space, and that goal. I was talking to Steve. I was like, what was he doing? What's his name? Joe Hart. Because it just seemed like this, and it looks like he's just looking at the ball. He's just going like this, but
He froze him.
in cement.
That was
Which
a
is-
sublime finish by Wayne Rooney, ugly face. I have to say that City, and especially with Mancini, an Italian coach, when you know that United built through Rooney, and they've been doing it for the past 10 years, do you want to get someone in your midfield and shadow Mr. Rooney, ugly face, the whole game, even in the dressing room when he wasn't pissed, he takes out his little prick, there's going to be someone at Man City saying, hey Wayne, I'm here.
Anyways, we all credit to Manchester City that they came back.
But let me ask you,
Yeah.
you guys know Lescott. What was he suspended?
No.
I'm saying
That's
that's
what I
what
say.
Okay.
I want to give credit to City. They came back 2-2. But a lot of us had questions about some moves that Mancini did. Company gets hurt after 20 minutes. He decides to put Kolo Toure, that barely played this year.
Did you see him? He was like,
But it's clear that Lescott is better than Kolo Touré.
But why
It's
didn't you
obvious.
start? I don't understand. Why is Nastasic over there?
He's been playing. Nastasic lately has been starting, but
But
that's fine.
on the second
Lescott
goal,
should've came on.
on the second
Experience.
goal,
Yeah.
Nastasic he froze, and it was Kolo Touré that was trying to get him to ruin it because
No, but that's fine. I understand. But Nastasic, he's been playing the last few weeks.
But you're playing Manchester United, Francis.
He
Still-
wanted to. These are the mind games of Mancini.
Anyway,
Because-
Robert.
Vidic says that Nastasic is the heir apparent to Vidic. He wanted to do
Nastasic,
it.
Vidic.
anyways,
And
that was a questionable call.
I'm not going to give
The Kolo
credit.
Touré was a
I'm
question.
not going to give credit to City for coming back. I'm going to shit on United for letting Man City come back. Because
Yeah.
at 2-0 up, you need to close the game. And they did not close
But
the
they
game.
have a
Sir Alex, he was drinking his wine, he was ready to win, and didn't make a substitution to close the midfield.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not in their mentality in England.
Well, that's what happens.
Anyways, Balotelli started. He wasn't great. Nasri was horrible. Tevez came on and right away City looked better. Tevez and Aguero together. I think it's a right
I think
combination.
like Tevez would have, Balotelli would have done better with Tevez on there. And I don't know if you guys had a chance to read Dan Nixon, one of our friends there. He put up all the notes that he had on our page. Very good notes from there.
Full analysis.
Full analysis, and yeah, Balotelli. Or you know what, Silvio gave him a call. He said, Mario, pretend that you're not happy over there. Do what you gotta do so we can bring down the price. You know, this is probably what happened.
Anyways, Van Persie scores in extra time.
Van Persie did not score.
Did not score.
Did not score. Van Persie took a shot.
And it deflected off Nasri's leg and went in the corner.
Anyways, don't
And
put
that's
United
Nasri's
does it
leg.
again this season.
They did it again. Exactly. They did it again. They did
I thought City would get something out of it, but United.
Yeah.
All right.
It's still a good game. Still a very entertaining game.
Somewhere else in Spain, Messi scores 2 goals. He beats the record.
Okay.
Guys, where does
Messi-
this record stand?
Messi scored twice.
Yeah.
He got his 86th goal, and honestly, I really thought that from what happened in the Champions League, that was going to be karma. We'll talk about it a bit later, but you know what? I still think in the day and age of Gerd Mueller,
They shot him with the juice, Vince.
Gerd Mueller to me,
They shot him with the juice.
who got shot with the juice?
They shot Messi with the juice to make him play this today.
This-
Because
Exclusive
Villanueva-
Red Card Weekly, they shot him with the juice.
Villanueva brings in Messi in a Champions League game that means absolutely nothing. At 0-0,
Which leads to our question of the week.
But it's done. He beat the record. But I still
He
think
deserves it. Great for him.
He deserves it. Yeah.
Great
It's
for
good.
him. Great for him. He's a great ambassador.
the question of the week is this, guys. Villanueva.
If you're a Barca fan,
If you're a Barca fan,
Make sure you write it down.
Villanueva brings in Messi. He gets hurt, as you saw. and
for
they
the
take him
season.
off. And let's say he gets hurt for the season. Torn ACL, MCL, ABL, all the LCLs that you have in your knee
Every
are
L.
finished. All the L's are done. What do you do? These are your choices. Hang Villanueva for Madrid.
One choice.
Pelt Villanueva with Tre de Chicas de tomatoes.
Tomatoes, yeah, tomatoes.
Send Villanueva to Alcatraz.
That's a good choice as well.
Villanueva and his whole family depart and are never seen again.
I don't like the
No.
whole family situation.
No. They send him for 1 week in a Real Madrid pub, closed in with 20
You guys are
ultras.
having a blast. I'm buying drinks for the whole week. He's probably gonna want to stay there after.
No, but seriously, it's a good question. What would have happened?
All
I
right,
don't
all right,
know what
guys.
your choice
5
is,
minutes
but-
left. Our red cards of the week. Steve, you want to start?
Conte. Per la Madonna. After 4 months out, we all know that you have it to pay.
Everybody.
Could you have gotten a better to pay for the team? And your hat with the J for Hanukkah. 7 sizes too big for your head. Ma per favore, sei l'allenatore, il mister della Juventina. Per la Madonna. Cartellino rosa.
My red card of the week goes to Michel Platini. And then within the last month,
I know
I don't know
Juventus.
what, UEFA's trying to reform the whole thing. So we start. They want to make a Euro with 24 teams now.
They should.
Not 16, 24.
They didn't want to put it to 104.
If he could, he probably would. Also, the Euro in 2020 doesn't want to have host countries. He wants different cities in Europe to host the
That's the
tournament.
point, you know.
So you guys, you follow your team, you're gonna fly across Europe, and that's your problem.
And it's going to cost the fans money.
But yeah.
Exactly. Also, he wants to bring the Champions League to 64 teams. It's a great format now. The tournament has never been as popular. No, he wants to bring it to 64. So basically, Palermo might make it next time.
Yeah, Palermo in the Champions League.
Anyways, Platini, red card. It's too much. Just stop. Leave it as it is. It's successful. Don't touch it.
Yeah. My 2 yellows for this week.
Again, these two yellows.
I think these are merited. First of all, first yellow that goes to Steve's red card. Sky Sport Italia decided to have a Conte cam, basically following Antonio Conte from the time he comes out of the tunnel all the way to the 90th minute. Why are we glorifying a man that got that didn't divulge anything? He did something bad. Why are we glorifying this man? Just let him do his job. We have to put a Conte cam. Who cares?
I care. They just wanted to make sure they didn't ring the game. They didn't fix the game within the first game on his return.
Okay,
Just wanted to make sure they.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
I think that's what happened.
Okay, sorry about that. And my other second yellow, as you've seen on our page, Tutto Sport, aka Tutto Juve. A picture after the Champions League win. Bonucci sembra Beckenbauer. Bonucci sembra Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer, World Cup champion, the leader of Germany, leader of Bayern Munich for over a decade.
Possible greatest defender of all time.
Possibly the greatest defender of all time, in the same category as Baresi, Maldini, and everybody.
Revolutionized the position.
Revolutionized the position, comparing to a guy that was playing for Bari 2 years ago.
Possible match fixer.
Possible match fixer.
Hey, wait, did you see what he did on his breakaway today?
And then he apologized, yeah. And even Bender was making fun of him, said something like, who shot Bonucci? And then he comes out and said, Bonucci sembra Beckenbauer. I am going to apologize to Mr. Beckenbauer. We're very sorry.
It's a disgrace.
It's a disgrace. Honestly, you know what? You want to be pro-Juventus, it's fine, whatever. You're a Torino-based newspaper, but that was absolutely...
I call for a boycott.
Take that, Joe Moretta.
Boycott.
Huh?
Boycott Tutto Sport.
Boycott
That's it.
Tutto
I'm not
Sport.
going on the website anymore. It's
I
over.
don't know in Tutto Sport.
No,
For
we
me,
should do it
it's
for
Tutto Juve.
We should do it for entertainment. We should do it for entertainment.
Maybe from time to time.
Sorry, Joe Moretta, you know we're only joking, we're like trash talking. Keep trash talking me on the website, it's all good. From Joey Z.
Anyways, guys, thank you for watching.
Thank you very much. We'll see each other next week, and next week we just might, have some panettones here on the table.
We will.
Bella panettone, you know, we're gonna make a...
Make sure it's not too dry.
Pete.
No, the one with the sugar.
Pete.
All right, guys. See you next week.
Pete
Ciao.
with the camera.
Ciao.